It seems that Nintendo Switch 2 will be getting AAA games at its launch. This shouldn't be too surprising because, it had AAA games. Breath of the Wild and Breath of the Wild is a AAA game. I don't know what you're talking about. But Breath of the Wild is a AAA game. But talk about nothing but third party developers or Cup Switches 2. It seems that the shift will be happening. It seems that, like, we have all been told that all these, like, ever since the Wii U era, that all of these AAA developers, I think it's because of the failure of the Wii U, so they tried to avoid Nintendo. But I think AAA developers, they can't avoid Nintendo for any longer, okay? With the success of the Switch outpacing the PS5 and the PS4, and of course, Xbox Series X and Xbox One combined, okay? The third party companies are now have to put games on the Switch. They have to put games on the Switch too as well. I think that's why you out always Z-Bay third party games for the Switch want it that much anymore because they're all saving all the big games for the Switch 2, obviously, but people have this idea that all of these third party companies they hate Nintendo because Nintendo consoles are babies consoles or whatever that these people will say online. That's the whole narrative people have been pushing, but obviously, I think Nintendo Switch is going to get a huge chunk of our pie. You might even see games like Call of Duty and Madden back on Nintendo, which I think is pretty good. I think it'll definitely be a wake up call for Sony, if Call of Duty's on the Switch. It'll probably have Fortnite at once, so people can play that game. Probably have a bunch of free to play games at once, like Overwatch 2, Fortnite, etc. as well. Maybe even some newer games like Destiny 2 and stuff, but yeah, there'll be two significant third-party games on the Switch too. Some people are saying one of the games is Baldur's Gate 3. Obviously, that's one of the biggest games. Which will be pretty funny that these people have this think that Baldur's Gate and Zelda, they're like the big enemies of the gaming industry. But we play ironic that they put Baldur's Gate 3 on the Switch too. It's like a launch game which further proves that Nintendo and the company behind Baldur's Gate 3, they're not enemies like people on 4chan make them out to be. Or another significant one is Elden Ring, getting that game on the Switch. I know Elden Ring is a couple years old, but that's another very significant game that people like that will be on the Switch. Of course, a lot of new third-party games now are not very good. Of course, you have your Call of Duties, FIFAs, and Maddens. Okay, but it seems like I have two big launch windows from the very beginning, from the very start. And also have a bunch of Nintendo's heavy hitters from the very start as well, like the rumored 3D Mario game, or rumored Donkey Kong, or Pokemon Legends ZA, or Metroid Prime 4 could be cross, platform games, you know. But yeah, Nintendo started big with Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Those are still two of Nintendo's best-selling games on the Switch. I think third-party developers, I think they're finally reconsidering their, refusal to support Nintendo. Like, for example, 3DS, third-party developers abandoned the 3DS right away. Like, it was like, because the 3DS wasn't selling too well. Same with the Wii U. The Wii U was selling so poorly. The third-party developers abandoned the Wii U after 2 years, okay? After the 2014, you didn't get third-party games at the Wii U anymore, okay? And now they're finally gonna get, because the Switch will be as powerful as the PS4 and Xbox One, which again is not too far off from the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Well, it doesn't really matter at this point, because the PS4 and Xbox One era was one era where graphics don't really matter anymore. Well, they're not the most important thing in the world, which means Nintendo will have to worry about, oh, your graphics are so weak, we're not gonna put, because again, the Switch is as powerful as the PS3 and 360, and those are like very old consoles, okay? At the time, it worked, but now, obviously, Nintendo is, but yeah, and of course, there's rumors are gonna have backwards compatibility of all of the Switch games, which means you won't need to have Nintendo won't need to port a bunch of games to the Switch too, because you can play all the games on the original Switch as well. So you'll also have that entire library of games if you own the first Switch on the Switch too. And it seems that Nintendo will be gaining third-party games very similar to the Wii U, and hopefully the Switch 2 does succeed. But I think the main reason why the Switch 2 failed not Switch 2, the Wii U failed is because Nintendo didn't advertise the Wii U good enough. Nintendo advertised, okay, yeah, the ads for the Wii U was terrible, okay? Only like only like Nintendo, like not even some of Nintendo's biggest fans about the Wii U. It was that bad, okay? But the Switch 2 is likely going to sell very well because Nintendo knows how to advertise their consoles now. They have finally caught up, and the advertisements are all over YouTube, all over social media. Nintendo is everywhere. Nintendo is number one. They had the Mario movie 2, second year of Switch 2's launch. That's gonna, be a big advertisement for Nintendo, obviously. Mario movie made $1 billion. Like, people act like no one likes Nintendo, okay? That's the only important thing about Nintendo is, they'll call Nintendo fans artistic, brain dead or whatever. But it seems that the, majority of people support Nintendo. Not, the 20 million people. Okay, Mario movie made like $500 million. That's way more than 20 million people went to go see the Mario movie, okay? And that's about this video here. Goodbye.